Alright, and welcome back to the Noble Arms Manual. So here I'm going to show the two base root combos for the build of United that is most popular right now. This is a Halka Fibrax Auroradon line that goes through Cupid Pitch to resolve Charles with Roland in Graveyard and Baronne. It has two variants, we will cover both of them. And it is most likely where you would be building if you built the deck today. Now, after Balance of Chaos releases, some people are going to be shifting to the Immortal Dragon combo, so I will add those in another chapter, and I will also showcase some other types of builds later on which do not combo in this way, but the main competitive build plays this way. So, the combo has two forms, 4-zone and 5-zone. 5-zone is much longer, but is entirely self-contained. It doesn't require an additional extender to complete. 4-zone needs the extra extender. Why do you do 4-zone? 4-zone is for when you get gear freed out and therefore don't have a 5th zone to work with. That is the trade-off that you make. So we're going to start with the 4-zone combo, and then I will demonstrate the 5-zone combo after. So 4-zone is determined when you have a tuner in hand that you can special summon. Let me turn that down a little bit. And having that tuner in hand allows you to use your Assault Summon on mill 9, if that's something you built for. So we're going to search something for next turn. I'll just grab a Gawain. And then we are going to mill 9. And if this were to not resolve, like if they dropped an Ash here, we would just do 5-zone instead. So, you know, it has that flexibility, of course. So, you need your tuner. Because I can, I'll use Renaud, because this will get me an extender, level Living Fossil in this case. Remember, 4-zone to fully complete needs some form of extension, and I'll get into detail on that at the end of the combo. But for now, let's play it through. So, Halka Fibrax, and this is very standard. Halka Fibrax into Despot 1, into Auroradon. You know, decks have been doing that for nearly a year at this point, if not longer. Eventually it's going to get banned, so I'll have to remake this section of the guide when that happens. Auroradon is going to summon its tokens. Despot 1 is going to revive. Oh, and I actually forgot this, but generally before you summon the tuner, you are going to want to banish the assault materials to get Phoenix Blade if you don't have an equip spell, just so that Gear Freed is actually protecting you. Just bear that in mind. So, at this point in time, you're going to synchro into Cupid Pitch and level down to 3. Then for the 4-zone, this is where you're going to activate Auroradon, tributing 2 to summon Coltwing. Now we're going to summon Desert Locust, and this is just so that we can get a level 2 on board to make Roland, because having Roland makes our hand much, much better. So critically, Desert Locust must be on Chainlink 1, and Cupid Pitch Chainlink 2. Pitch will burn and search Mist Valley Baby Rock, who Locust will discard, and then Rock's effect will summon it from the graveyard. At this point you can go 2 and 3 into Roland, and 5 and 4 into Charles. Now, at this point you need a level 3 if you want to finish the combo, or level 4, sorry. If you manage to dump once again with Boars, you can use it on the opponent's turn to get the 4 and go into 10, or if you have Fossil, you can bring back Coltwing, who will come back negated, and then you'll have your 6 and 4. But either way, you're going to make your Baronne, end your turn, resolve that, get the other piece, so I can go whatever. Now you see I have my Xyz play all set up, so I'm nice and happy, and get those equips. And there you go. So that's the 4-zone variant. It is the shorter one of the two. So now let's try it again with the 5-zone. So this time we're going to pretend we did not open a tuner, and we are going to instead need to use our Isolde to get that tuner. Now, if you're doing this, you know, or if, let's say, I tried to summon Gearfried and it got negated, so I summoned Arborea as my tuner. Either way, this is what you do if you can get into Hulk, but no additional tuner. So we'll drop Arborea, or you might Assault for 4. So I'll just say Assault got negated in this case. Assault for 4 will get you Oliver, and that's another tuner you can use. Just like before, Hulk into 001. Do your Auroradon stuff. And then we're going to make Cupid Pitch. Same thing, drop the level. Now the big difference, first off, is that we're going to make Desert Locust before resolving Auroradon. Just like before, Locust 1, Pitch 2. Get your bird. Locust Pitch Bird. Bird come back. Now we're going to bring Coltwing out. We're going to get rid of the Locust and the 3. And get our 2 tokens, and because we have that 5th zone open, we can bring Despot 1 back again. And the big weakness here is obviously we don't have any hand trap protection, so at any point in this we're vulnerable. But we're going to go ahead and make our Roland. And we're going to make a Balmung. I'm going to make a Charles. Now we need to trigger Charles. We have a couple ways we can do that. If we had used Oliver off of Soul, we could just equip him here. In this case, I'm going to use Roland, but it's okay. I'm going to put him back in the grave, so it's not a big deal. But the key is you want Charles to pop the Balmung, because Balmung will bring back the Coltwing, who will summon 2 tokens, which will cause Despot 1 to come back. Then we'll make Riser and send a 1 to bring down to 6. And because I run him in this build, I like to send a Stalfo, so if we're going to go to turn 5, I might, or actually on turn 3, so it'll be turn 7 when he comes live, but in theory it might happen. Then you make your Baron, and because I had to use this as my equip, but I want him in grave, I can just go ahead and pop that now. And that's the 5-zone combo. So those are the 2 combos that comprise the main lines for this extra deck lineup. Now the sad part is that the 4 and 5 zone variants do require different extra decks somewhat. Some people have experimented with the idea of just running the 4 zone to free up 2 more extra deck slots, because you don't need Riser or Balmung in that case. I don't, because there are times when 5 zone is better, because you can't resolve 4, or 4 can't get you to the Baron. And Riser is useful in other cases for like Imperm on certain hands can make that useful, or Bell. So it's nice to have Riser anyway. So I like to run for both, but it's up to you. And again, those combos may change, in which case this section will be updated if we get to that. So knowing those 2 combos are the key to making your turn 1 plays with this build. And the next thing I'm going to do is, in the next chapter, we will cover how to think through playing out hands in an actual game state. So we'll pull some random hands, and I'll discuss through how I think through them, what do I want to do, and go from there.